Hello everyone, I have this video rolling here as the sun comes up. It's about 5:15 a.m. I don't even know the date. It's the 2nd of June. But anyways, I just wanted to speak on these riots real quick, and I thought I was going to stay out of it, I feel like nobody wants to hear my opinion anymore, but everybody's always spouting off their opinions, and I feel like Facebook, ruined democracy. But it's come to a point where I'm like deeply saddened by not America, but everybody within it. Like, we're becoming needy and stupid. I think that the phones personally have done it to us. I think there's deep sadness in ourselves because of these things, and we put so much bandwidth and our energy into these things that whenever something goes wrong, we need to put our energy and our efforts and blame our sadness on this thing going on.
To me, what the funniest fucking thing is how much we lie to ourselves. Looking at bullshit, but then, before you do that, you're like, but it's my job, I've got to kind of be online. It's like, no, you're addicted to technology, and because you can't stand the fact that you don't have the discipline to stop using it, you would rather make up a story involving some absolutely verifiable bullshit so that you don't have to deal with the fact that you aren't in full control of yourself.
And it's a non-rewarding addiction, which is really strange. It's like when you're looking at stories on the Apple News feed or something, you're scrolling, looking for something that's going to captivate you.
There's some pleasant kind of I guess you could compare it to some low-level euphoric painkiller, but not very euphoric, mostly just a mild numbness that is pretty good at turning off anxiety, or you could at least displace your own personal anxiety. Like, if I'm scanning through my phone and I find the inevitable bad news, whatever form it's in, I could pretend that my anxiety is related to that news, and then that's when you get people who are very anxious, and I've seen it. Who was that some person tweeted, "I'm here in this beautiful place, and I can't enjoy it because of our president." You know what I mean? It's like, whoa, I'm not sure that's the real reason why you can't enjoy that place. I think it might be actually that you haven't dealt with the fact that you're freaking the fuck out, right?
Yeah.
That to me is the purpose of a phone. It's very good at tricking yourself into thinking that the reason you feel like shit is because of something happening in the world.
Really, you're in two rivers at the same time. You're in this wacky river of nonsense and wondering who got this and how much they're getting in this divorce and who died in the Dominican Republic. Oh my God, another person, another tourist. Oh my God. And you're if you want to look at all the bad stuff that happens amongst 7 billion people, you have to think of all the interactions that humans have.
Yeah.
All the literally billions of interactions every day. People constantly, occasionally one goes fucking Western.
Yeah.
One goes sideways, and that's the one you see on YouTube. Jesus Christ, this world's going to shit.
Yeah.
And then you watch another one, and you watch another one, and watch another one, and you watch another one, and watch another one, and you watch another one, and watch another one, and you watch another one. And then the next thing you know, you're fucking just numb to your real life, because you're taking in data from everywhere.
Then that gets inside of you, and now you're just you have a turbulent self that has digested a version of the world that's only half true. And so because of that, you're going to be half a person because you're not looking into your own, whatever the fuck you are.
Rest in peace, George. For real. I mean, what the police did was wrong. And I feel for him and his family and everybody fighting for him, peacefully protesting. But when it gets to a point where there's keyboard thugs talking about it every which way, and I feel in a week, it's all gonna blow over again. Just like Ferguson, etc., etc. It's happened in the past thousands of times. Nothing ever changes. People give up. People give up on their fights. If you're really truly gonna fight this fight, then you need to do it in the right way. And people are all now like, it's a revolution now, and starting to riot and destroy everything that we've built. When we segregated from people ruling over us is when we created this beautiful country. When we created it. And now we're in it, and we have all this freedom of choice. So much freedom that everybody's taking and takes every day for granted. They want to find the negative and the wrong in everything, when this life is beautiful. And that's coming from a dude who is alone as fuck, who doesn't have much to his own name, who's like sitting at somewhere he doesn't want to be every day, who's not accomplished his goals that he's wanted to accomplish. And I'm still sitting here saying this shit is beautiful. This place is beautiful. And all these riots are doing is destroying that. Is destroying everything we built. This beautiful country that gives us the right to make capital investments, the right to make build the businesses. And now we're just tearing down innocent people's dreams because we're mad. Because we're mad about something that happened, a death of one man, plus more like black police brutality. And I know it's a problem, and I may not be one to speak on it because of the color of my skin, but we are one race. We are one race of people, and I will fight and stand up for him, but not in that way. I'm not going to tear down everybody else just to get one name like heard. And I know, because even his girlfriend said it, that he would have not stood for this himself. He would have found these riots disgusting. Now, isn't that reason enough to stop there? Now, I saw this post by an old friend of mine today on Facebook, which makes me want to go delete all these people who I've got called names recently on Facebook just for stating my opinion. And it's like, it hurts, man. Like, I thought and this guy was like 20 something years older than me. But it hurts now to see somebody say, you're either with the revolution or you're against it. You're either with the revolution or against it. Now that is something that Dark Lords in fucking Star Wars do. I'm sorry, and when you're dealing in absolutes like that, this world is more gray than we think it is. I guarantee you, none of us really know the situation, detail for detail of what happened. And I guarantee it's more gray, much more gray than black and white than it seems. And now we're destroying the country's capital and overrunning police departments, which help give us order so we don't hurt each other. Because people are much worse than a lot of people would like to believe. Okay? I believe deep down people want to do good, but it doesn't always turn out that way, and people get hurt. And the way that we protect ourselves is with guns, which is our right. And Trump said that today or yesterday.
I am taking immediate presidential action to stop the violence and restore security and safety in America. I am mobilizing all available federal resources, civilian and military, to stop the rioting and looting, to end the destruction and arson, and to protect the rights of law-abiding Americans, including your Second Amendment rights.
In his address, when he said that he was gonna, if the states don't take proper action, he will deploy federal action to get back the things that were taken over, and take out these riots. And I am totally for that.
A number of state and local governments have failed to take necessary action to safeguard their residents. First, we are ending the riots and lawlessness that has spread throughout our country. We will end it now. Today, I have strongly recommended to every governor to deploy the National Guard in sufficient numbers that we dominate the streets. Mayors and governors must establish an overwhelming law enforcement presence until the violence has been quelled. If a city or state refuses to take the actions that are necessary to defend the life and property of their residents, then I will deploy the United States military and quickly solve the problem for them. I am also taking swift and decisive action to protect our great capital, Washington, D.C. What happened in this city last night was a total disgrace. As we speak, I am dispatching thousands and thousands of heavily armed soldiers, military personnel, and law enforcement officers to stop the rioting, looting, vandalism, assaults, and the wanton destruction of property.
Because we built this up. And you want to look for corruption every which way. Yeah, they're putting chemtrails in the air, fluoride in the water. And, like, it's like, oh, then they put alcohol and this and that on, you know what I mean? But, like, all these are choices which were given to us by freedom that we are able to make. And the only ones imposing on that right now with these riots are ourselves. We are tearing down everything we believe in. And I want to ask these people who are rioting, what's your angle? What is your goal? What's your end goal? If you take over the Capitol, it's like an episode of the 5th season of Orange is the New Black, man. It's like you're all rioting, and then they come in with the riot gear at the end of season 5, and then everybody's running away, and they're like, "Come on, we gotta run, we gotta get out of here." It's like, but you're not going anywhere. This is our country. This is our country. You're only making things worse for yourself. So the ones that got away the easiest were the ones that stood up against the wall. Now, you might call me a sheep, but this is just how the system works. Like, in that situation, in the jail, they're not going anywhere. They're federal. Like, they're not going anywhere. This is our country. Now, what I mean by this is, like, this might be a bad analogy. I don't really think it is. I think it's a good analogy. But if you look at it and you see from, like, this perspective of a rioter and the person who's with the revolution, Antifa, you know, what's the end goal? What are you going to do better? How are you going to govern us? Because it never turns out well. It never turns out well in situations like that. Where are we going to go? Where are we going to go? You know, like, is there new land we can occupy and move to? No. There's not. So it's like, it just really saddens me, man, to see, like, society breaking down and people blaming their sadnesses on and putting all their anxiety and stress into one bad thing that they see. And then in a week, bro, or something like that, it's over. Like, it is so weak. It is so weak, and it shows weakness in people. And people that are doing that are the ones who think they're strong. For real. And it's upsetting. So now I'm sitting here, and it's like I read a Facebook post, which I don't know. It's like, it says, you're either with the revolution or you're against it. And it's like, it's almost like, what revolution? I'll guarantee you, I'll tell you which side I'm on. I'm going to be on the winning side. The one that's going to overrule and prevail. Because this is ridiculous, man. Tearing down families, more people dying. Because of stupidity. Because of people running around scared. Scared of what? Scared of what?
Innocent people have been savagely beaten, like the young man in Dallas, Texas, who was left dying on the street, or the woman in upstate New York viciously attacked by dangerous thugs. Small business owners have seen their dreams utterly destroyed. New York's finest have been hit in the face with bricks. Brave nurses who have battled the virus are afraid to leave their homes. A police precinct has been overrun. Here in the nation's capital, the Lincoln Memorial and the World War II Memorial have been vandalized. One of our most historic churches was set ablaze. A federal officer in California, an African-American enforcement hero, was shot and killed. These are not acts of peaceful protest. These are acts of domestic terror. The destruction of innocent life and the spilling of innocent blood is an offense to humanity and a crime against God. America needs creation, not destruction. Cooperation, not contempt. Security, not anarchy. Healing, not hatred. Justice, not chaos. This is our mission, and we will succeed 100%.
Of one man who was convicted, by the way. He was convicted. And if you look, like as in the other analogy, so that same analogy I used, the end of, or season 5 of Orange is the New Black, or the end of season 4, or whatnot. Caputo refused to say Pusey's name, you know, after she had died, and about the officer. But Trump didn't. Trump said George's name, and there was a roar. Trump said his name and said it is wrong what that police did.
All Americans were rightly sickened and revolted by the brutal death of George Floyd. My administration is fully committed that for George and his family, justice will be served. He will not have died in vain. But we cannot allow the righteous cries and peaceful protesters to be drowned out by an angry mob. The biggest victims of the rioting are peace-loving citizens in our poorest communities. And as their president, I will fight to keep them safe. I will fight to protect you. I am your president of law and order and an ally of all peaceful protesters.
And there will be actions taken against. That man was convicted, so he did get justice. But his life is gone. There's nothing we can do about that. It's an irreversible process. And people are scared to death. I'm scared to death. I am. That's the one thing. Like, it's like that everybody's scared of, whether they admit it or not. I mean, I'm not scared of death per se, but it's like, in a small sense, in like the most symbolic sense, I am. Just because it's an unknown. People are scared of what they don't understand. And nobody can say they understand it. Nobody can. You can't tell me that. Nobody knows. We're all just running here like chickens with our heads off. We're all running around here like little children. That's all we are, is little children in grown-up bodies, man. So it's like, I see these cracks in the street just getting wider from blood that's spilled. And it just keeps like they just keep getting wider from these rivers of blood of people. And people are the ones that are causing this. And Trump said he would uphold our Second Amendment rights, and he will take out the people who are doing wrong. And I agree, man. And coming back to that revolution post, there's no justice, no safety in any of that.
But where there is no law, there is no opportunity. Where there is no justice, there is no liberty. Where there is no safety, there is no future.
And I don't know what I wanted to really say, but the worst part is like the uneducated and overall just the anxiety that you see under posts like that. It got like 120 comments of people just arguing, sitting behind their computer. not taking any action whatsoever. Now, you're in one, you just want the instant gratification of being on this post, okay, and maybe getting a like or two, you know what I mean, or like 100 comments. But guess how the next county over, the same thing's happening there. Then the county after that, county above you, north, south, it's happening everywhere in the United States right now. Everywhere that is happening and being talked about. It's not like you're so small. You're so small, and you think that you're big. That's where that post comes from. It's like, this is the revolution. What revolution? I don't see it. There's nothing. You're not doing anything. So, and then you get people commenting under that. African American. I seen an African American guy post something. Let's do it like, you know. His intentions were good, but uneducated. He says, let's have peaceful protests like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, and that's all they stood for, was peaceful protest. That he didn't do his research, because MLK stood for that, and that's why I believe he resonated more than Malcolm X, because Malcolm X actually was an advocate for violence if necessary, and it didn't turn out well. You know, it didn't. I mean, I just don't see what's so wrong. I don't see what is so wrong. And it all, like, I feel like it all comes from these selfish people, like these all, like, white, I mean, I'm white, but yes, but, like, I feel like an alien, bro, because I feel like it all comes from these white or, like, just privileged people that are talking about this. Like, they're the authority. But they're the same people that won't go out of their way. Like, I know somebody in my life who's like, I just don't understand you, Colin, because you're going out and you're doing, like, these things. And the things that I was doing was hanging out with my friends that were in a povertized, in the ghetto. I was hanging out with friends in the ghetto. I have friends of all types. I have friends from every different realm. All types of people. People who would never touch the ghetto, go to the ghetto, you know, scared of the ghetto, who would shake if they went there. I have friends in the ghetto. I have religious freak friends. I have Jesus freak friends. I have normal friends. I have sports friends. I have middle class friends. And the only authority and the scaredness and all these posts, I swear they all come from people who are so privileged that they would never expand their friend group or get to know somebody that's different from them. And that saddens me, bro. That saddens me. And my family is like that. My entire family. I'm the black sheep of my family, and I've been called it. I've been called even satanic for those same reasons, because I'm different. I'm different in that sense. By my own family. Because they don't understand me. But they're the authority, right? But listen, what we live in is good. We have homes. You're capable, if you work hard, to get a home, a job. Okay? You're able to pay your taxes. If you pay your taxes legally, that's for everything that you live on. To pay for our communities. We've set up something good. Why are we tearing it down? I just want, I don't know, to conclude, I just want, sun's coming up, people are going to start coming out and stuff, but I want to, not that I'm scared of that, but it's like, I want us to do better, man. I want us to stop. If we're going to protest and do things, we need to do it right. We need maybe Maybe throw on a suit one day. Go out to your town hall meetings. Maybe make a change that way. You know, go to like, it's not about voting for, okay, Trump's like this terrible person. He's helped us a lot. He's also done wrong, and he's stupid and comes off at the mouth, but he's helped us a lot. You're looking black and white. Things are gray. Now, I don't usually vote, but I feel like I'm going to vote this year. Or, you know what I mean? Because you have the lesser of two evils that you could vote for. Like, and I used to say, oh, why vote for the lesser of two evils when I could go out in my community and help people? Which is what I would do. And people, I try to do that. And, you know, like, opportunities when my parents would bring it up. You want to go do this fundraiser or this feed the homeless? And I'm like, yes, that's what I would do. And I would go do it. You know what I mean? Because I'll tell you, like, a little sense in me, it was for me. There was a little sense of that it was for me. But mostly, I'm not that type of person to do it for me. I want to see my brothers do good and my sisters do good. You know? It's not for that self-gratification. And it shouldn't be. That's what Jesus preached. You know what I mean? It wasn't about him. And I feel like a lot of these people who preach Jesus to me are so self-gratifying and shit. Like, or preach moral standards. Like, you gotta be better than this. But they're the type that won't reach out to a brother who's really in need. And then one time, an older person in my family said, because I said I was really down one time, like, over a post, and he said, texted me, he's like, maybe you can go out and help somebody. And I know he didn't mean it, you know, harshly, but it's like I replied, like, in a weird way. I was like, I almost was like portrayed so you don't think I help people, you know, because I'm always viewed in that light. I'm always, for some reason, viewed in that light. But I know that's not the truth. And I'm angry about it, yes. But I'm not gonna go down tearing. I'm very angry about, you know, how things are in my life. But I'm not gonna go around tearing everything around me. I'm not gonna try to do that. You know what I mean? No, and inevitably it's probably happened just by the way, like, I talk, or I feel like it's happened since my birth, you know, like, just the look in my eyes. People don't like it. And there's less of a lovability about me than there is some of my friends. And, you know, it makes me a little, I don't know, like, I know jealousy is of the devil, but it makes me a little, like, envious that I don't have that aspect. And that's a little bit of why I'm very, like, alone nowadays. But I'm not gonna go out and take my anxieties out on my community. People who have achieved and accomplished their dreams. One time somebody very, very, very close to me said, it's depressing when I go on Facebook because I see people succeeding. And in my head I was like, what? You know? Like, I was just so confused by that, because I love to see people succeed. I just didn't get it. And it just, and he was, you know, grew up privileged. I'm not saying I didn't grow up completely privileged, but I branched out, and I learned a lot. I learned a lot living the way that I live. And, bro, I just wanna, like, I really hope that people just get a little bit of sense to them, man, and just look deep down and just pray for the people that have fallen before us and fought for this, for everything we have. Because I'm, like, truly saddened by it, man. One of my friends just recently, I feel like there's a wave of bad energy going over the earth right now or something, because I've been deeply depressed. And my friend, I'm not very close with, just lit himself on fire, and he's got 70% burned, like 70% of his body is burnt up. That's what I heard, at least, because I haven't talked to him since. He hasn't been able, like, he hasn't contacted anybody, and they said just close friends and family. So it's like, dude, I mean, like, I feel like this bad wave of energy, and I don't even know if I'm the type to believe in that, like, energy type thing, because I don't believe in karma. I don't believe in it, because I've tried doing good my entire life, and I've gotten nothing. I've gotten nothing, really. You know, the love of my life is gone. I know that for sure. I fucking lost it. I've burnt so many bridges. I've been overthinking. I don't get any sleep anymore. Like, I mean, I get sleep, but it's like, I feel like I can't even get sleep because of these dreams. I dream every single night, and I remember them every night, and it's like fucking, it's the weirdest thing, man. Like, I'm not in the right space right now, man, but I'm not gonna go tearing down my community and things that the other 8 billion people on this planet have made.
You want to be compassionate, but there's some part of you that's like, oh, now this is a crazy person. And it's like, it's just something happened, the operating system temporarily crashed. And quite often, I think that could be a very good thing. I think that having your personality or your ego or crash can often mean that you were trying to be somebody that you aren't. And some people invest so much energy
self-defining.
Yeah, they just want to be something, you know. They since they were a kid, their mother was telling them you should be like this, and then they try to be like this, and they hold up this thing. They're always working to hold up this giant tail feather, and their arms start shaking, and then they can't hold it up, and that's when they have like anger outbursts, or suddenly like their friends are like, you turn into someone that I've never met. I don't even know who that is. It's like, no. That is, you met them. You met underneath the tail feather, the seething sea of anger and disappointment and sadness. You met that thing that they're trying to avoid by looking up at this mask that they're holding up to the world. But that fucking seething sea of disappointment, anger, and horror and sadness, that's where it's at, man. You gotta go into that thing. And for some people, the only way they can go into that is by having a full-scale nervous breakdown, because then they can have permission to dive into that awful vortex of darkness, because underneath that vortex of darkness is paradise. Underneath that, that's love and happiness and joy and connection and tranquility and all that stuff. And everyone thinks that the way to get to that point is by avoiding this awful black forest that surrounds the Garden of Eden, which is inside everybody. It's inside everybody. It's there. It's there. But until you address the internal structures that you haven't acknowledged, you're always going to go back to that place where you find yourself morose and depressed and angry, and you don't know why. You always go back to that place until you sit with the sadness inside of you. You have to do that.
I cut so many off in my life. My heart is, I feel like my heart's just cold, man. It's so open, but it's so cold, and I just need something. But I need people to, like, help me warm it up again, man. I'm not, like, cold towards anybody. I'm cold towards myself. And I feel like that's the way we need to stop acting. I write verses sometimes. It's like, I don't even know where it comes from. I barely even remember. Like, it's like writing this. It's like a muse or something. And it's like, I do. I feel like I love everyone so much that it hurts me. And I'm not loved back. And that's all, like, anybody wants, bro. I said, I feel so naked. Baby, show me empathy. I want to get inside of you so I can feel the end of me. So it seems like to me, man, like, that people are out here with all this rioting and stuff, they're getting greedy. Super, super greedy. And they want more and more and more and more. But then you don't even know what you're going to do with it. You want more and more perfection everywhere around you. But it's impossible to achieve. We've done the best we can. Nobody's perfect, okay? Everybody expects every policeman ever that existed in time to do everything right. And I'm not defending his actions. Get that straight. I'm not defending his actions. But then it's like you expect every single person to do everything right too. This isn't a utopia we live in. It's just quite near impossible. And like Po Buddy's nerfed, man. Po Buddy is nerfed. I'm so not tired anymore. Recently I was saying, I'm tired. I'm just tired of dealing with it, man. But I'm so not tired anymore. I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to speak my mind. I don't know, like, I just wanted to say, like, it's probably some of these same people who were whining about, COVID going around. Now they're going to spread COVID, by the way, being in the streets rioting with each other. But it's like they're much more than it would spread already is what I mean. But they're going to, it's probably some of those same people, those same people who were crying and whining about, like, you're going to take our businesses away and make us, stay inside, the shutdown, close down our businesses because of this disease or this virus going around. It's probably those same people that are out tearing down those same businesses. I guarantee you there's some of those same people doing that. Now tell me how hypocritical that is. It's just sad the way we're thinking right now, man. I got love for everybody out there. I got love for everybody out there, man. I wrote this line today. The feeling of the line really resonated with me. So much love and empathy in my heart from writing this verse today. And I just wanted to, usually I don't know. I feel like a lot of people have even cut me off because of my opinions on matters like this, so I just try not to get into them that much anymore. But, like, I'm done with that, man. Because you would have cut me off anyways. You're not here next to me anyways. Fighting with me anyways for anything, bro. I'm still here. That's what these business owners have done. And their, dreams are gone. Because people are just, out here being stupid. Anxiety's running high. And it's happened in the past. I just hope that, if you really are into it like that, then hopefully you don't give up, man. Because the only way you're going out is with bullets from the government, man. Or, you're not going to be able to tear down everything. And if you did tear down everything and then restart, my question is, what would you do? What are you going to do? I don't think any of them know. It's monkey play, man. And we're better than that. So we're better than that. The end, man. The end.
Our country always wins.
Heartbreak is actually your ego cracking. And the moment that cracks, you're in the experience of truth. And when you're in the experience of truth, that's when you can really become who you are.